class, which I can send to you all again. You can do at a different date. So thank you for coming to this back care class. I was just saying before you all jumped on, if you're coming for a challenging vinyasa flow workout, you're in the wrong class. It's a gentle for the back. The most challenging and highest posture we do is probably downward dog. Everything's pretty much floor-based. The highest we get is downward dog. So there's no challenges in it, and I want you to really just nourish the back and support the back. So hopefully you'll come away with a lesser backache or a nice stretchy back. And I was just saying that the number one reason most people are ever taking time off work for, a study has shown, is backache. There you go. Number one reason for time off work is a backache. So let's look after our backs. So if you've all got a strap, amazing. If you want a little cushion for your knee, have a cushion for your knee, because we're going to come up to kneeling, low lunges and things like that. So have a little cushion for your knee if you need it. And we're coming to start in a lying down position in constructive rest. So I want you to bend your knees, bring your feet as wide as the mat, and knock your knees in together. So if you can imagine, as you knock your knees in together, your sacrum, so that's your lower back, that flat bone that sits at the bottom of your spine, becomes nice and wide. So feet as wide as the mat, knees knocked together. Just take a little lift of your head, draw the chin into your chest and lower your head back down so your neck is nice and long. And then I'm just going to get you to place your hands onto your belly. Relax your elbows down and just close your eyes. Let's just take a moment, as always, to tap into the breath. Breathing into the belly, nice big deep breaths in. As you breathe into the belly, feel the belly expanding into your hands. And as you breathe out, allow the hands to release as the belly relaxes. Breathing in and out through your nose. Again, inhaling fully. Exhaling completely, relaxing the belly, relaxing the hands. And just bringing your attention to the sound of your breath. So we're just drawing the awareness in. And on your next breath in, see if you can really allow your breath to be felt in your lower back. So we breathe into the back body as well as the front body. So nice big deep breath in and just feel the expansion into your lower back. And as you breathe out, feel your lower back and your hips sink a little heavier down. And again, nice big breath in. Belly expands, lower back widens. And as you breathe out, just allow your spine and hips to sink a little deeper down. And then we're just going to take the arms away from the belly. So just bringing them by your side. Keep the feet where they are, but open the knees. And then we're just going to take that little windscreen wiper motion from left to right. So we're not going all the way down. It's just very gentle. Almost imagine you're just giving yourself a nice massage in the hips and the lower back. And just see if you can connect this movement with your breath. So as you inhale, knees come to center. As you exhale, they release. And you'll probably find you've slowed your movement down now, which is good. Just keep massaging that back. Keep those shoulders nice and grounded. Arms are heavy, palms are facing up. And then just come to that point of stillness. And then we're going to bring our arms up and over. And I want you to come into a cactus arms. Now, if that isn't accessible, if you find your hands don't release down because your shoulders are tight, then just keep them away from your body. If you can, come to those cactus arms, so like this, and your arms release down, keep them like that. Don't hold them in a position that's uncomfortable. We're going to open up the knees. We're going to gently push into the feet and really push that lower back into the mat. So we're not lifting the hips. We're just pushing into the feet and tilting the pelvis forward. So you're just taking a little pelvic tilt forward. And then on the exhale, you're pushing into the lower back and creating that lumbar arch. And you may feel your head slide up and down the mat. And again, inhale, gentle pressure into the feet. Tilt the pelvis forward, flatten that lower back. And again, exhale, creating that lumbar arch. And again, keeping your hands in cactus arms or just down by your side. Just keep flowing with this, feeling your body gently sliding up and down the mat. So again, we're just starting to bring some movement into the lower back. And on your last one, coming back to stillness. And then we're just going to heel toe those feet together. Lovely. And draw the knees into the chest and give yourself a little hug. A little massage from left to right. And then placing your hands on your knees. I want you to bring your chest, bring your thighs into your chest. So drawing with your hands, bring those knees in close to your chest. And then as you exhale, push your knees away. Feet and legs are together. And again, draw those knees in as close to the chest. So you can feel the length in your lower back as you draw the knees in. And as you push the legs away, feel the lower back pushing down. And again, so think of a nice massage here. Draw the knees in, push the knees away. Keep this connection with your breath. Draw the knees in and push the knees away. And then we're going to keep the big toes connected and we're going to take those knees into opposite directions. So big toes are connected, we're drawing them in, taking them wide, drawing them back to center. In, nice and wide, pushing them away and drawing them back to center. Starting to get some movement into the hips now. And then let's take it into the other direction. Push them away, nice and wide and back to center. Keep those big toes touching. A couple of more times like this. Good job. And coming back to your center. And let's drop the feet back to the mat. And then we're going to just release the hands. We're coming into that figure 4 reclined pigeon. So we're going to keep the left foot down and bring the right ankle above the left knee. Use your hand to push open this right knee. If you can, just opening up through the hip. So we take that lovely figure 4 and then on your exhale, lift everything up, flexing the feet, interlace your fingers behind your left thigh if you can. If you can't, use your strap. And then draw everything into the body. You're going to get a nice stretch here across the back of the right hip. Just closing your eyes and really breathing into where you feel this. I feel it in my right hip, my bum cheek. Keep those feet flexed. Keep drawing it in, using your right elbow to push open that right knee. Lovely, a couple of more breaths here. Keeping your figure 4 crossed, just drop the left foot. Open up the arms and then we're going to drop the legs to the left. So your right foot is coming to the floor on the left-hand side of you. So it's a little supine twist in pigeon pose. Gazing over to your right shoulder if that feels okay. So it's a lovely lumbar spine twist, but a lovely stretch through the hip at the same time. Tight hips are usually because of the psoas muscle, and the psoas muscle then tightens the lower back. So we're going to release that today. Coming back to center, and let's change the cross of the legs. So plant the right foot down, left ankle comes above the right knee. Use your left hand, push that knee open. Let's engage into those hip openers too, and lifting everything up. Fingers are interlaced behind the right thigh. Use your left elbow to push open that left hip. And then you'll feel more of a stretch in your hip, flexing the feet. Nice big breath in, and then on your exhale, draw it all back in towards the body. So you're feeling that stretch now in the left hip. Just keep holding that, connecting with your breath, enjoying the stretch. First thing in the morning, everything's going to be tighter anyway. Another fun fact is you're always taller in the morning because gravity during the day compresses through the vertebrae. So you're shorter at bedtime than you are in the morning. When you wake up, you haven't had gravity pushing down the spine, so you are taller. I've never experimented it, but maybe if you want to, you can let me know how much taller. Plant that right foot down, open the arms and drop that left foot to the right. So that nice supine twist on the other side. Gazing to the left. Notice how one side may be tighter than the other. We're always going to have one side different to the other. We are not symmetrically matched. And coming back to your center, draw the knees back to the chest. Give yourself a hug and a little massage from left to right. And then let's take our strap. So we're going to take our strap and we are going to place our left foot down to the floor, and the strap is going to go just below the ball of your foot, of your right foot. And then just take hold of each strap, each side of your strap in each hand, and then we're just going to push into the strap and see if we can lengthen that leg to the sky. Try and have your shoulder blades down, so you're not lifting up. Take your shoulders away from your ears. Your upper back should feel fully supported, your shoulder blades grounded. So you just need to come down the strap a little bit more if that's not the case. We're just going to breathe for a moment. There's no tension on the strap. And I want you to take a nice big deep breath in. And then on the exhale, start to bring some tension into the strap and push through your heel. Bring the toes towards you. Draw the leg towards you. And on the exhale, release the tension, release the tension. Inhale, bringing it towards you. Heel pushes up, toe down. You're feeling the stretch through the back of the leg here. So keep releasing the tension and bringing the tension back, drawing it a little bit closer. Option to lengthen the left leg if you wish. That's going to open the left hip flexor. So just see how you feel there. A few more breaths, keep those shoulders relaxed. Make sure you can feel this. If you can't, you need to draw the leg towards you a little bit more. You're feeling this in your leg. But whilst the leg is drawing towards you, you'll notice the lower back is lengthening. And then from here, let's take the strap in the right hand and everyone lengthen their left leg. I want you to drop the toes of your left leg out to the left and place your hand on your left hip. So you're almost rotating your leg out to the left. Place your hand on your left hip. This left hip must stay nice and grounded. We're going to take a nice big deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to drop that right leg to the right. But the whole time you're still drawing it up towards you. Maybe you can rest your elbow on the mat too. So keep dropping it to the right, at the same time drawing it towards you. So keep drawing your toes towards your head. Keep pushing your left hip down. Inhaling and exhaling. Good job. And slowly, slowly bringing it back to center, using your core. Let's just take a little bit of tension out of that leg. Give it a rest and place the strap into your left hand. Right arm is going to go into the right hip crease. So with your thumb, pushing your right hip crease away. So get your thumb right in that hip crease there. You're going to draw the leg towards you. You're going to flex the foot. And then you're slowly going to start to bring that leg over to the left. It may only go very slightly. It doesn't need to go far. This is about as far as mine go. And you'll feel it all down the back of the leg. Keep drawing that hip away from you. Keep pushing it away. See, this is quite hard in itself, I think. Lovely, and bring it back to center. Release the strap and plant that right foot to the mat. Oh, give it a little shake out if you wish. And let's take that into the other side. Actually, to start with, I think it'll feel good to draw the knees to the chest. Give that massage a little go. And then send both legs long. I want you to feel, does your right leg feel longer than your left leg? Should do, hopefully it does. So let's keep that right leg extended and bring the strap beneath the ball of the left foot. Again, for the first option, you can bend the right knee. Let's draw that leg up, softening the knee if you need to, that's okay, just do what you can. Hands are on both sides of your strap. Keep your right foot flexed if your leg is long. Let's keep this hip flexor working. Nice big breath in, and on the exhale, push through the heel, draw the leg towards you. Oh, feel how tight this side might feel. One side's going to feel tight. Inhale, we leave the tension, we relax the strap. And exhale, we're drawing it a bit closer. Inhale, release the tension. Exhale, drawing it a bit closer. And then we're going to hold. Relax the shoulders. Are your shoulders hunched up by your ears? Relax your shoulders. Good job, everyone. Then transfer that strap into your left hand and place your right hand to your right hip. Allow the right feet to drop out to the right. So an external rotation. This will stop your leg coming in with you as you take the leg to the left. So we take a nice big inhale, and on the exhale, we draw the leg towards us as we lower it down. And just support yourself with your upper arm and your elbow into the mat. Opening up that hip, drawing it towards you. Connecting with your breath. Come on, you can do this. Hamstrings are a nightmare, aren't they? Mine are. Oh, a couple of breaths. And then let's bring it back and change that strap. So the strap now goes into your right hand. Left thumb goes into that left hip crease, and you're pushing it away. So you're almost feeling like you're lengthening your lower back as you're pushing it away. You're drawing it towards you. That's where the discomfort comes, is the drawing it towards you. That's in your hamstrings. And then we're slowly going to bring it to the right. So we're bringing it across the body. Literally, mine has come inches. That's it. It's not about, I can send it all the way down, but this left hip will lift. And that's not what we're trying to achieve here. Tight hamstrings are also the cause of lower backache. So we do really need to get into these. And calves too. Come back to center. Good job, everyone. Release that strap. Draw the knees to chest and really hug them in. We're going to take a breath in. And on the exhale, we're going to lift the head, neck and shoulders. If you can, and draw your eyebrows to your knees. And gently lower. Now, you're either going to roll over to your right-hand side to come to seated, or we're going to take a roll through the spine. If you can do the roll through the spine, I recommend it because it's a really nice massage. Try it. We're going to bring the hands to the back of the thighs. So we're going to take a breath. And on the exhale, we're going to round the spine. So if you think it's much easier to roll when something's rounded. So draw the chin to chest and just start to take a little momental movement using your legs as a little lever. Doesn't have to be big, or you can just roll coming onto your right hand side. And if you can find enough momentum, you can come all the way up. Otherwise, just stop your roll and roll over to the right. And coming all the way up to your seat. Let's send those legs out long in front of us. And just tuck away through the back of the thighs. Well done, everyone. And we're going to take those legs nice and wide. Oh, did you hear my hip then? That's not good. Big, well, it's good. It feels good, but it's not nice to hear, is it? We're going to push those toes up. I want your knees to go in the same direction as your toes. So my toes are pointing to the sky. So it doesn't matter how you are. If you need to take soft knees, take soft knees. And then all we're going to do is bring the hands to our knees or the shins or wherever they touch. And we're just going to start to take some circles through the pelvis. Oh, hi, Leah. Sorry, you weren't there when I started to lay down. Nice big circles. And this is really nice for getting into all those ligaments into the hips. Just nice and gentle, and then coming to center, bringing your hands underneath your knees and drawing your knees into the body. And then we're coming into our cross-legged position. Just checking you're all right there. So coming into your nice cross-legged position, and we're just going to take a little bit of movement through the spine. So let's take a nice breath in, reaching up nice and tall, finding your seat bones, relax your shoulders away from your ears, and drawing your chin parallel to the floor. So your neck is long. And then on our breath out, we're going to rotate left hand to the right knee. Right hand behind us, keep drawing that left seat bone down. Don't lift that left hip. So we're just taking that lovely rotation. Belly button is still pointing forward, hip bones are still pointing forward. Come back to center, and let's take that to the other side. Lovely. Did you know we have 121 muscles in our spine, in our back? We've got 220 ligaments and 100 joints. So that's why we need to look after our spine. Keep that right seat bone grounding down. Inhale back up, and then exhale, hands to the knees. Tilt your tailbone back, so round through your spine, chin to chest, opening up through the shoulder blades. So we're coming into that cat-cow movement. Inhale, reach up, draw the chest through, shoulder blades drawing back. And exhale, opening up through the back body, chin to chest. And also, did you know, this is another fun fact, I've learned fun facts about the spine this week. We have the same amount of muscles in our, same amount of joints in our neck, vertebrae in our neck, which is 7, as a giraffe. You would have thought a giraffe would have had way more than that, wouldn't you? But we all have the same, but they're just much more flexible. Inhale, reaching up, drawing through the chest. And exhale, coming back to center. Let's change the cross of the legs, so the weird way. Feels weird. And place your left hand to the mat. We're going to reach the right arm up, and we're just going to take that bend all the way over, coming down to the forearm if you can. You don't have to, you can just stay to your fingertips. And then we're going to push into the hand and come all the way to the other side. Same again. Keep drawing that shoulder back, and we're just going to float here. So we're just going to go one side and then the other, opening up through the ribs. And of course, we want nice big open ribs, those little intercostal muscles. We want those nice and open because it allows us to have a deeper breath. And there's not one function in the body that benefits from a nice deep breath. So keep going. You got this. Yeah. And one more this side. And back to center. As long as you're okay with your seated position, bring your arms behind you, interlace the fingers. Draw the shoulder blades together, lift through your chest. Open up through the front of the body. And if you want, let's take a little forward fold and open the arms. Reaching the arms to the sky, otherwise keep them to the lower back, that's okay too. And then slowly coming all the way up. Good job. Oh, good job. Let's come to all fours. So getting yourself over onto our all fours position, into our cat-cow. So let's get those fingers nice and wide. Let's make sure those shoulders are above the wrists. Let's make sure those hips are above the knees. Suck your belly in, lift through your pelvic floor. Also, a lower back tends to be a weak core. So let's really engage the core here. So nice straight spine, looking down between your hands so your neck is nice and long. And let's take that cat-cow. So we're going to stick your bum in the air, relax your belly, lift your chest, lift your gaze. On the exhale, tailbone goes down, belly draws into the body, and we widen the shoulder blades and we draw the chin all the way into the chest. And again, tailbone goes first. So think about your wave-like motion through your spine. Your head is the last to lift on each of these movements. But don't pause. I want you to keep flowing. I want you to close your eyes and not worry about really what you're doing, but more about worry about how it's feeling. So when you close your eyes, that sense of feeling what you're doing becomes much more apparent than the concentration of how you're doing it. So just keep flowing through your spine. And also our back, our spine, the muscles in our spine, keep going, has a memory. So if your posture is poor, it will always put you into that position because that's how it remembers it should be. Whereas if you retrain it into a lovely, nice, straight posture, it will also have a memory of that and you'll naturally come to that posture. Come back to your nice, straight, flat back. Bring your big toes together and sit back onto your heels as we come into child's pose. If you need a pillow underneath your bum, please do bring that underneath your bum. But just snuggle down, really wiggle the hips down towards the heels, lengthen through the arms, and releasing your head as far as you can down towards the mat. Tap into your big, deep belly breath here. So as you breathe in, feel your belly expand against your thighs and feel your lower back opening. As you breathe out, allow your hips to sink a little deeper back towards the heels and allow that lower back to soften. Let's take a few breaths here. Inhaling and exhaling. One more breath. Really feeling this in the lower back. And then bringing yourself back to all fours. If you're finding it in the wrists, please come to your fists. That takes the pressure out of the wrists. Or, of course, you can take the wrists out of the equation completely and come to your forearms. We're going to bring the left hand slightly more to center and reach the right arm to the sky. Big breath in. Exhale, let's thread the needle. Hand comes underneath the left armpit and reach it through. We're not going to stay, we're going to come back. We're going to reach up again. Right arm reaches high. Exhale, release it through. And again, inhale, reaching high. And exhale, releasing it through the hole. And this time, releasing your head, your shoulder, and reaching your left arm all the way to the top of the mat if you can. Lovely. Slowly bring yourself back to all fours. Let's take that the other side. Right hand very slightly center. Left arm reaches high. Big breath in. Exhale, thread the needle. Take that hand through the hole. Inhale, we come back up. Exhale, we release it through. Inhale, we come back up. So lovely spinal rotation here. Exhale, we bring it through and we hold. Releasing the side of the head down if you can. Option to bring the right arm up and over to find length down the side body. And hips are nice and high. And then when you're ready, hand draws back. Let's come back to all fours. And then from here, let's bring our hands slightly in front of the shoulders, tuck the toes under. You don't have to come to downward dog if you don't want to. You can stay and do cat-cow. Otherwise, we're going to lift the hips nice and high and stretch through those legs in downward facing dog. We've got a very slight internal rotation of the thighs, so think about them very slightly pigeon-toed with your feet. And slowly start to pedal through your feet, drawing your body back towards your thighs, drawing the chin to chest so your head releases down. Shoulders are away from your ears. And just taking a couple of moments, lengthening through the back of the legs. We are going to, in a moment, step the right leg to the top of the mat. You can step it from downward dog or you can drop your knees and step the right leg forward. So let's step that right leg forward. So again, from downward dog or drop the knees and bring the right leg forward. So we're coming into a low lunge. Option to have a pillow under your back knee or a blanket or whatever supports your knee, or you can roll your yoga mat up. So our front knee is under the ankle and our back leg is sliding back a little bit further than having the knee and the hip stacked. So we're going to open this hip flexor, which stretches through that psoas muscle, which is a key factor for lower back and hip pain. So when you're ready, I want you to lift your chest, lift your gaze, squeeze your glutes together, squeeze the thighs together, and come and lift into your low lunge, reaching the arms all the way up. Relax your shoulders. Good job, everyone. I am looking at you on my screen here. Karen, you match. You both match. I can see you on my screen. Lovely. I want you to bring your right hand to your right knee, left hand on top. We are going to push our hands into the knees, and I want you to come into a cat-cow. It's quite a challenging one. So I want you to draw the chin to chest, round through the upper back. Push your hands into the knee, lift your chest, lift your gaze. So I want you to think about cat-cow here. Exhale, rounding through the back. Inhale, lift your chest, lift your gaze. Exhale. Coming back to center. We're going to swoop those arms forward and up, and we're coming back to those cactus arms. I want you to think about literally having a little bit of a weight into your hands. So you're lifting your gaze, your arms are reaching back, shoulder blades are drawing together. You can bring this back leg in if your hip flexor is just having a little bit of a weird one going on. If it's too tight, lift your gaze if that feels okay. Very gentle back bend. Inhale, lift up nice and straight. And then exhale, we're going to bring the hands wide like an aeroplane. We're going to rotate. So our right hand is coming to the back of the mat, your left hand to the front. So you crashed then, Karen, didn't you? Because only because you two are stuck on my phone screen. I don't know why. And that's it, nice rotation. Don't let this right knee drop out. Inhale, arms go nice and tall. Exhale, hands back to the mat. Well done, everyone. That's been quite a challenge, wasn't it, in the hips? Let's send those hips back, straighten that front leg. Bring your toes to the sky. You got this. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, send the hips back, toes to the sky. Keep soft knees, that's okay. Inhale, forward. And exhale back. And we're going to hold, we're going to stay. We're going to bring the toes to the sky. And then just start to fold over your extended leg if you can. Holding for a couple of breaths. You've got this. Bend that front knee. Bring your hands back inside your feet. You're going to come back to all fours, or you're going to tuck that toe under, lift that back leg, and come back to downward facing dog. So again, you can be in all fours and pedaling, or in all fours cat-cow, or downward dog and pedal through the feet. Connecting with your breath. Nice and slow. And we're going to bring the left leg forward. So drop to all fours, or just step that left leg to the top of the mat. And right knee releases down. Again, you can use your pillow as a support. And your toe can be tucked or untucked. Front knee is over the ankle. Squeeze everything together and come and lift up nice and tall. Big breath in. Relax those hips. Relax the shoulders. And then let's come into cactus arms. Think about the arms just falling back behind you. Lift your chest, lift your gaze if that feels okay. Allow the hips to release a little lower. It's a very gentle back bend, but do what you can. Inhale, reach up nice and tall. And then let's take the right hand to the top of the mat, left hand to the back of the mat. So we're in a little rotation here. Don't let this left knee drop out. Keep this left knee nice and square. You've got this. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, releasing the hands down. And let's take that little hamstring stretch. Lift the toes, send the hips back, straighten the front leg. Inhale, forward. Bring your hands to the mat. And coming forward and back. You only need to take that as far as you can feel it. Lovely. And on the next one, we're going to hold. We're going to come here and we're going to hold. And then you can float yourself down towards your knee, folding over your leg if you can, if that feels good. Depends how much more length you've got in that hip flexor, in that hamstring. You got it. Let's come back. And then we're just going to bring the left leg back to meet the right. We're going to push our body forward. And we're coming into a low plank. We're going to lift the feet and cross over the ankles. We're going to suck the belly in, so really find your core engagement here. Make sure your shoulders are over your wrists. And as the elbows go back, we're going to lower the chest down between the hands. Then releasing your feet. And then we're going to bring the arms nice and long in front of us. And then I want you to slide the hands towards you and open the elbows. So you're kind of sliding the hands towards you and your elbows are flaring out to the side. Make sure your pubic bone is nice and grounded. Your legs are going to go wide because that's going to be safer for your lower back. We're going to take a nice breath in. We're going to push into the hands and lengthening the arms and lift the spine. And exhale, elbows go wide, releasing your belly down. Maybe draw your arms a little closer towards you if you want to lift a little higher. Big breath in. Push into the hands, straightening the arms, lifting the chest. I love this one, it feels so nice. Exhale, widen the elbows, relaxing the belly, relaxing the head. One more time, push into the hands, straightening the arms, lift the chest, really lift the belly button, but pubic bone is still grounded, and release down. I'm going to do it one more time because I actually really like that. When you're ready, big breath in, and push up. Let's just hold for a moment, pushing down through the pubic bone, lifting the belly button, shoulders are away from your ears, and release down. Bring your left hand to the mat and your right hand on top and just release your forehead to your mat. Just take a rest here and allow your full body to become heavy. Think about that big deep belly breath again. So this is a great way connecting to the diaphragmic breathing. So when you inhale, really feel the belly expand and push into the mat. You'll then feel a lovely opening through the lower back. As you exhale, allow your body to become heavy. Did you know that your spine also is the first thing to start growing? So 2 months after conception, you start to build your spine. It carries more than 1 million electrical nerve messages between your brain and your body every single day. Keep breathing. And another fact is that you're born with 33 vertebrae and you end up with only 26. That's because as we get older, they start to fuse together. So there's a lot going on with our spine and our mind and our body, and it's so important to take care of it. When you're ready, release your hands, bring them underneath your shoulders. And just push up, and I want you to bring your forearms to the mat. So we're coming into Sphinx Pose. I want you to push into your elbows and push into your hands. So think about your hands being at number 11. Your shoulders are above your elbows. So we're going to just push those elbows down, draw the shoulders away from your ears, and lift your chest, lift your gaze. And then keep pushing into the elbows and just drop your gaze down to the top of your mat. So almost like where your thumbs are. And then from here, you're going to push into the elbows more. You're going to suck your belly in, and you're going to imagine there's a big balloon blowing up under your belly, and it's lifting your belly, it's lifting your hips, and relax. Lift your chest, lift your gaze. And again, push into the hands, push into the elbows. Think about that belly, lifting your belly button, lifting your pubic bone. And relax. One more time. This is quite hard, this one. Keep lifting, 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 opening up wide and through the upper back. And relax. Bring your left hand and just come and lean on your forearm. And your right arm, you're just going to reach back and grab your foot. If you can, or your strap. Just going to take a little quad stretch. So just drawing that heel towards the outside of your hip. So I want you to push into the pubic bone. Don't lift your pubic bone. Your pubic bone should still be grounding down. Push into the pubic bone, then you'll feel the quad stretch. Yeah? If you don't push into the pubic bone, you lose that quad stretch. Release, let's come the other side. So just resting into the right forearm, grabbing your left foot. Don't lift that left hip, keep the hips down. Push into the pubic bone, then you feel the quad stretch. Keep pushing, keep pushing. Lovely, bring it back. Hands underneath the shoulders, push through the knees, and let's come and sit into child's pose. Let's bring the legs together, knees together, heels together. You can either rest onto the forearms, or you can bring your arms round by the side of your body and release your eyebrows to your knees. However suits you today. So just enjoying a little release through the spine in child's pose. A nice deep breath. Again, really noticing the breath coming into the back. And then just coming up to all fours whenever you're ready. And all I want you to do is slide your right knee to the inside of your right wrist. And see if you can just send that left leg back behind you as we come into our pigeon pose. And start to lengthen that leg behind you. Now, if this is too much, you can come into, you just drop down to the hips. So you come into kind of like a zigzag. So you can choose. If the pigeon pose that is just too much, it doesn't feel nice for your back, come into this zigzag position. Otherwise, we're in pigeon pose. So just lift your chest, lift your gaze. And then slowly just start to fold forward, either resting on the forearms or completely surrendering your head down to the mat. Maybe placing your hands on top of each other, resting your forehead here. Or you don't have to, you can stay nice and lifted if that feels better. So when you're releasing down to the mat, you're relaxing your spine. And if you're lifted, you're taking your spine into a little back bend. So if you're all the way down, just slowly coming back up and placing your hands flat to the mat. Tuck your toe under of your back foot and just slide that right foot back. So we're going to take that the other side. So the left knee slides in front of behind the left wrist. Wiggle your foot open as much as feels comfortable and slide that other leg back behind you. Again, you can stay rested on your hands with a little bit of weight here, if that feels okay, or you can start to lift your spine a little taller. Again, it's whatever feels good. If you need to drop down to the left bum cheek, please do so. Option, float forward, relax the spine, or just keep your spine into that little back bend. However feels good for you. Again, it's opening up through the hip. So see what feels good. Slowly coming up if you're led down. And drop your bum cheek to the mat. And swing those legs around as we come into our staff pose. Again, if you want to sit on a pillow, this lifts your hips a little bit, which makes it much more accessible posture. Soft knees is fine, or you can really lengthen the legs pushing through the heels. Belly draws in, spine is tall. Hands are just resting either side of you, and I'm very slightly leaning forward, but my spine is still straight. I'm going to inhale, lengthen my spine, draw my arms up, opening up through the side body, and then let's just float forward, bringing your chest to your thighs, or as near as you can get. Obviously, you don't have to get all the way down there. I'm keeping a softness through the knees. It's going to take anything out of my lower back. And I'm just resting here. I'm not pushing, I'm not forcing. I'm just allowing that lower back to release. It's a lovely one for the spine. And then very slowly, I'm going to restack the spine vertebrae at a time. So I'm going to keep my chin drawn into my chest. The last thing to lift is my chin. So think about it opening up like a bicycle chain until you reach the tall spine again. And then I'm going to slide my feet in. Wiggle my bum a bit closer. Reach my arms forward, and then I'm going to lean back. I'm going to draw my chin to chest because I'm going to roll down. So when I draw my chin to chest, I create that curve, which is much easier to roll down. I'm going to wiggle forward so I've got more space. And then I'm slowly going to roll down. Rather than going down, try not to. Use your core. Lower back. Middle back. And shoulders. Rolling all the way down to your mat. Finding that full connection with your spine and keeping your knees bent, walking your heels towards your hips. Imaginary block is in between your thighs, so your knees again, look at them, it should look like a nice number 11. And then we're going to come into just some bridge lifts. So we're going to first of all do the pelvic tilts like we did at the beginning. So we're going to breathe in. We're going to lower that, flattening that lower back down. And as we breathe out, the pelvis tilts forward and we create that lumbar arch. And again, breathing out, pelvis tilts towards us, push the lower back down. A little bit of pressure into the feet. And reverse that movement, creating that lumbar arch. And exhale again, we're going to push that lower back down, push into the feet. And this time we're going to lift the hips. Hands are either side of the body, pushing gently into the hands to lift those hips. And then we're going to keep the hips lifted and we're going to reach the arms up and over the body too. And then from here, we're going to lower just the shoulder blades. We're going to hold. We're going to lower just to the middle back. And we're going to hold. And then we're going to lower all the way down. Arms are coming back down by your side. Let's go again. Big breath in. Push that lower back down, and on the exhale, lift it up. Lift the hips, engage the glutes, bring the arms up and over. Squeeze that imaginary block between your knees. Arms are still up and over. We're going to lower the shoulder blades only. We're going to hold. We're going to lower to the middle back. We're going to hold. We're going to lower all the way down. Relax the spine. Arms come back down by your side. One more time. Big breath in. Exhale. Lift. Reach up and over. Maybe this time you can walk your feet a little closer to your bum. Push into the feet. Lift your hips a little higher. Squeeze your bum cheeks. Release the shoulder blades. Release the middle back. Release your lower back. And arms come back down by your side. And you draw your knees to your chest. Give yourself a little hug, a little massage from left to right. Lovely, good job. And then let's release the feet to the mat. And take your arms away from your body, palms facing up or down, however fits you today. Wiggle your hips slightly to the left, and let's drop the knees to the right. Keep drawing those knees up as high as your hips if you can. And look to the left, so a nice supine twist. Relax those shoulders. Try not to lift that left shoulder if you can. Just breathing here. That lovely stretch for the lower back. And just come back to center in a nice, easy way. Nothing too challenging. Shimmy the hips to the right. Draw the knees nice and close and drop them to the left. And gaze to the right if your neck is happy. Lovely, well done everyone. We're nearly done. Coming back to the center. And now this time I want you to keep your feet together and allow your knees to drop open either side. So coming into that diamond shape. If it's too much for the hips or your hips, feet, legs don't release down too much, you can get pillows underneath your knees. or just push your feet away. So just push your feet away, a little bit further away from you, and that may make it a little bit more comfortable. If it still doesn't feel comfortable, just bring your knees up. Let's place our hands back to the belly. Allow the front of the hips to open. Allow the shoulders to relax. Allow the spine to release. Keep the soles of the feet together if you can. And if you wish, you can grab hold of your elbows and create a frame for your head. This will give you a little bit more length down the side of your body, but again, only if it's comfortable. Just take a few breaths here, allowing the hips to relax. And then slowly drawing your knees back together. And just draw your knees to the chest. Give yourself a hug for one more time. Just rock from left to right. Maybe take some circles. Just find what feels good here. And now we're ready for our final posture. You all know what it is, Sharasana Relaxation. So you can choose to come into that constructive rest position like we started. Again, that creates lots of space for the sacrum. So it's quite nice for the lower back. And also with your knees bent like this, your back is fully connected to the mat. So it gives you a nice neutral spine. So without really having to try and get a neutral spine, this will give you your neutral spine. If you've got scoliosis, it might be better. And also, we're the only mammal in the world that gets scoliosis. I'm not sure why, I have to find out why. Or send your legs long, you choose. If your legs are long, you take them wide and you allow the feet to drop to the sides. Arms are away from your body with your palms facing up. If you want to put on any socks or blankets, obviously please do so. So I'll give you a moment if you want to do that. And coming to your final resting place. A place where you feel that you can rest for 5 minutes. And just trying to resist the urge to get up and move. Give your body this nourishing time of rest. Allow that back to be fully connected. You will have a little lift in your lumbar spine. That's your natural S-shape of your spine. That's the natural curves. Wiggle your shoulder blades slightly together. Draw them away from your ears. Draw the chin slightly to the chest so your neck is nice and long. Take a nice big deep breath in and a big through the mouth. Take that again, big deep breath in and a big sigh through the mouth. And as you do that, allow your body to feel a little bit heavier, a little bit more rested. And just gently closing down your eyes. Just come back to noticing the inhales and the exhales. Make no effort with your breath now, just simply notice the breath in one big circle. Your breath doesn't stop. Notice at the very tip of the inhale how it just turns around and exhales. Notice how the bottom of the exhale, the breath turns around and inhales. Nothing's moving, your body is still. Just the gentle rise and fall of your belly. Just relax. Start to notice your head become heavy. Just relax your shoulders. Relax your arms. Relax your upper back, your middle back, and your lower back. Relax all the muscles through your spine. Your spine that works so hard every day, just keeping you upright. Just allow it to rest. Allow the hips to feel heavy. Relax your legs. Relax your toes, all 10 toes. Just relax your toes. Relax your shins, your kneecaps, your thigh muscles and your hips. Just bring your awareness to the gentle rise and fall of your belly. Relax your chest and relax your jaw. We hold so much tension in our jaw, so just allow your jaw to relax. Just separate your teeth. Maybe just wiggle your jaw from left to right. Just softening the temples, the skin across the forehead. Just notice whether you're frowning. Relax your eyebrows. Allow your eyes to sink a little deeper into their sockets. Just relax your face. Relax your whole body together for 1 more minute until you hear my voice again. Very slowly start to take some circles through your ankles and through your wrists. If your legs are long, draw your legs together, point through your toes. Take a big breath in and reach your arms up and over. Nice big deep breath in. Maybe you can stimulate a yawn here. Take a nice big stretch. Like a bear coming out of a hibernation. Point through your toes, through your fingers, and find some length through your body. Keeping your arms lifted, just bend your knees, plant your feet to the mat. And just rolling over to a side that is accessible for you, using your arm as your pillow. Bring your top hand in front of your face. We're just going to take a pause for a moment. Very slowly pushing yourself back to your seat. You can keep your eyes closed or open wherever you feel comfortable. Let's just reach the arms up. Turn the palms away and just allow the arms to float back down to the mat. And again, reaching up. Exhale, releasing down. And again, reaching up. Bring your hands to prayer, Anjali Mudra, and releasing your thumbs to the sternum. Just take a little bow of your head, gazing at the tip of your fingers. Just turn the corners of your mouth up, give yourself a smile, and just say thank you to yourself for showing up today. Your spine will thank you, I promise. And I hope you found some relief through that. And thank you for joining me. So from my heart to yours, namaste. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, thank you. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to stop recording.